First impressions matter, but it's the skills behind them that turn curiosity into lasting customer relationships. Let's break down what that really looks like so you can rise above the competition. I've asked my buddy Nate to jump in with a hands-on demonstration you can follow along with and practice yourself.
Welcome back, everybody. My name is Nate. I'm with Spirits and Solutions. We're teaming up with UBAR today to talk about appearance and first impressions. Keep in mind all these things that we're going to talk about are suggestions. Please consult with the establishment you're working for clarification on any rules, regulations, guidelines that we do talk about. Just like when you're presenting a cocktail with a beautiful garnish, your appearance is going to be the first thing your guests notice. You only have one shot at your first impression, so let's make sure it counts. Your image sets the tone for your first impression before you even have a chance to say hello or reach out a hand for a handshake. So the steps we're going to go over today are going to help you portray your professionalism, confidence, and competence in your role behind the pine. Starting off, we're going to cover from the ground up, starting with your shoes. Should have a non-slip sole. Health department wants to have a closed-toed shoe, and they should be comfortable because you're going to be on your feet for quite some time. You want to spend a decent amount of money on your shoes. Make sure they have non-slip soles, closed-toed, and they're comfortable because you're going to be wearing them for a while. My personal advice would be to spend a little bit more money on a higher quality pair. You'll actually end up spending less money per year on a higher quality pair of shoe than a subpar quality that you have to replace every 3 months. Your work shoes should have non-slip soles, closed-toed shoes, and be comfortable. Moving up and into your pants. Should have no holes, intentional or accidental. They shouldn't be too baggy or too flowy as they'll get caught on things, stuck in cooler doors, barbacks may step on them, so they're gonna get dirty and they might trip you up. Moving from there, we're gonna go into your shirt. Shirt, black, white, and simple patterns. They're classics for a reason. They never go out of style. Again, double check with the establishment to make sure that you're in the guidelines that they have set for their other employees. Not every establishment utilizes aprons as part of their uniform. I prefer to wear one. I can get a little messy sometimes. Egg whites, blenders, things happen. You don't want to ruin the clothes that you spend a decent amount of money on. When you dress for success and you dress to impress, that confidence flows through into your cocktails and into your overall personal presentation behind the pine. Another reason I prefer to wear aprons is everything has a home. My entire kit, my personal kit that the establishment should not be responsible for providing to me, everything is here within reach. Right off the bat, we're going to start with the most utilized tool in your kit. Your pen and your marker. Pens you're going to need for credit card receipts, taking notes down, remembering guest names sometimes, writing down orders, whatever. You always want to have multiple pens on you. Those precious seconds spent trying to track down a tool or a pen adds up over time on your shift and can really hurt you in the long run. After your pen, we're going to talk about your permanent markers. You're going to have those for defacing stickers here in North Carolina, labeling prep works, labeling court containers, and it's just easier to read those labels if they're written in permanent marker instead of pen. Quite possibly one of the most overlooked things that not everybody thinks about carrying, a lighter. Birthday candles, if you have guests that are smokers and they forget theirs, you see them fumbling around. If you can provide a lighter for somebody before they have a chance to ask for one, you're already a star in their book. One of the more specific tools that you may or may not need, but always have it on you just in case, wine tool. The wine tool or your wine key should be within reach at all times. There's nothing worse than going to a table or going to a guest to present your bottle service and then reaching down and realizing you forgot your wine tool and now you have to go try to find one. And again, you're burning these precious seconds that add up to so much time by the end of your shift. And honestly, fumbling a wine presentation kind of tarnishes your reputation right off the bat. Last two things that we're going to talk about. Small notebook. Again, you're going to be writing down people's names, taking orders so you're not using the carbon paper pad. You're going to write down things like recipes that you're working on, or if guests ask for a custom cocktail, you want to be able to make that again and repeat it consistently. And aside from that, small flashlight. Guests come back often. I forgot my phone. I left it somewhere. I dropped my credit card. Or you have to go back into a dark stock room. And one of these will, again, save those precious seconds that add up to valuable time. Some last miscellaneous guidelines as far as your appearance goes. First and foremost, your hair. North Carolina Department of Health says that if your hair touches your shoulders, it needs to be put back. Second thing to remember, you're building cocktails, and some of the tools that we use are hands. People are going to be looking at you, are going to be watching every single step that you make, so you want to make sure your hands are clean and free of debris and dirt. The last thing I want to touch on is tattoos and body modifications. The industry is generally accepting of these things and the individuality it expresses. However, please check with the establishment, be respectful, make sure you're not crossing any boundaries that they have set with their staff.
The small things make a big difference. Those are the details that UBAR teaches. Remember, frontline workers aren't being replaced by AI. They're learning to upskill with it.
With mobile microlearning, their instincts get sharper, their decisions get safer, and their human skills get supercharged, one tiny lesson at a time. Want to know more? Follow me to the next video.